Faran is in the mix there with those two guys. I think you probably recognize them, Stallone and, of course, Schwarzenegger. Good to have you with us.
Who are those guys?
I have no idea who
Never
they are.
heard of them, right? I mean,
When you get a call saying, listen, we're going to make a big action film and you're going to be in it with Stallone and Schwarzenegger,
yeah,
do
you
you...
stop right there and you say, yes, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. But do you assume you're going to get, like, oh, I'm going to get killed off early on, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's always that danger, and I've been there, and it's okay. It's,
How was it working with them? Did you get any workout tips? That's what I want to know. Those guys are buff.
they are buff. I mean, there is, and it was great to see, like, they have this kind of, this boyish competition with each other. Like, they'll, like, Schwarzenegger will make Stallone do push-ups, like, on the set.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I was like, all right, yeah, I can do this.
What about you? Did they include you in that?
You know what? I wasn't going to go there because I'm not going to compete with those guys. It's not going to
Right.
It's not. It's a lose-lose situation, right? So I was like, no, I'm not going to.
When you've got two guys who have got such huge film careers, successful directors, producers, and writers, does it make for a challenge of who's in charge on the set?
See, I think the great thing about these guys is that, and the reason they're icons in this particular genre is because they're so focused on the work. So yeah, I mean, they can go there, who's in charge, but there's a great give and take. They just want to make the project better. So yeah, I mean, one will chime in, then the other will chime in, they will listen to other people. So it's a very, very, very collaborative environment.
And you are a very well-rounded actor. You played a prisoner in Escape
Yes.
Plan. You're
Yes.
president in Elysium.
Yes.
And you play a grieving father in Torn. So you have like all these movies
Yeah, this
coming out.
is my P year. I play the president, the prisoner, and the parent. Yeah, there you go.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it must be nice to get that amount of diversity. I've heard you speak before about being pigeonholed. Oh, well, I'm going to get to play the terrorist and the bad guy for the rest of my life. But that hasn't been the case with you.
Well, look, I mean, you have to be your own guide in this. You got to make sure that you're not doing just one thing. I mean, the thing is that if you do something well enough, it makes sense to keep casting you in that. But if I'm going to stay in this business for a long time, I want to make sure that I put out variety, that I challenge myself, that I show that there are other sides to me. So that's why you pick projects. Sometimes, sometimes it might be a kick in the wallet, but you know what? It's a business, but it's also an art form, and you got to find that balance between the two.
And your family, you come from a family, like 3 generations, right, of performers.
Yeah.
So did you learn a lot of that from your family? A lot of those?
Yeah, I think there was a great mix of, the conversation had a balance in it. There was the art side to it, develop your craft, do all of that. But then how do you save your core? How do you keep on going? Because this business, as we know, is up and down and sideways.
Sure.
All around. So how do you find your focus? What keeps you going? How do you find that kind of tenacity to go through the success of it and the failures or defeats that you might come across? So you got to find that balance and just kind of keep on going. So yeah, we had a lot of those conversations.
You were born in the U.S. Your parents were studying at UCLA. Then you moved back to Pakistan.
Yeah.
And then back to Maryland, was it?
Yeah. God, you did your homework. Yeah.
What was that transition like for you as a young man then, to be born in the States, grow up in Pakistan, then grow up in Maryland? How did that affect you as a young man?
In many ways, I think part of it is that it really made me see that there's no one way of living. There's no one right way of living, and you have to appreciate different ways people live, and it is okay. We should celebrate the great things in our cultures, and then also be able to criticize the parts that need improvement.
Right.
And you can't see any culture from one set of eyes. You got to see it how the people in that culture live it. So I think that was a great education for me.
And do you still get to spend some time in Pakistan?
Well,
Is
yeah,
your family still there?
Yeah, I go back. Because look, I mean, the way I look at it is that it's, if you come from a normal family, right?
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means, right? There is a way that your father will inform you, and there's a way your mother will inform your character. So I look at my life here, it informs me in a certain way, and the life there, that informs me in a certain way, and that makes me, whatever I am, good, bad, or ugly, it's the balance of those two.
Well, it's given you a nice, varied career. So thank you.
Obviously, Hollywood thinks good.
Yes, thank you
Well,
so
know,
much.
So
You're most welcome.
congratulations.
Thank you for
All
being
right.
here.
Make sure you check out Escape Plan. It's going to be a big, fun
Yes.
action film. It's in theaters right now.